Okay, so now we shall continue with the next lecture. Okay, the next lecture is going to be on electronic devices. So as we can see in the picture itself, it's about a video magnifier that is used to magnify the magazine that the person is actually reading. So this is video magnifier, and this is how it looks like, when the reading material is actually projected through the, screen of the video magnifier. Okay, so when it comes to this video, not video magnifier generally, electronic devices, the advantage of these electronic devices is, first of all, you have to know the disadvantages of the magnifiers and telescope that is available. Okay, all these devices, right, they only can help the patient with one activity because it is particularly calculated for them to perform the activity. Like if let's say they want to look at, they want to watch television. So the VA that is needed by this patient is 618. Uh, so when the magnification, the magnifier, so the telescope, it tried kind of magnification based on the calculation of the magnification. So it will be about that only. So these devices is actually have some limitation because if let's say they want to use the same device to perform some other activities, it might not be possible for the patient because of this reason. One device comes, with one device comes with one magnification only. So that is the drawback of telescope, low vision devices, optical devices. So now we're going to look at what are the options that is available for patients who are visually impaired, which is cannot be helped with a magnifier alone because they have like too many activities that they want to perform. Okay, so with one magnifier, it's going to be difficult for them to read all the different size of reading materials. So they need something that is more advanced to perform these activities. That's when this uh, electronic devices come into place. Okay. So this is OPT3475, low vision and further optometric care on electronic devices. So as I mentioned earlier, optical magnifying systems are limited. Okay, these optical devices, they have limitation because they most efficient, only for the calculated magnification or for that certain activity only. If let's say they want to do something that is more than that activity, something that needs more details, more magnification, with that optical devices, it is no more applicable. So the most efficient way to provide real image magnification is electronic devices. Electronic devices is the one that enable them to use one devices but with multiple, a wide range of magnification, and also at the same time they provide a real image magnification. That is also the advantage of these electronic devices. So one of the common electronic devices that is actually been in practice is video magnifier and also CCTV for reading purpose. So there are many other devices that is available for distance view or distance distance devices that helps the patient for distance work and task, but it is not as successful as the CCTV and video magnifier, which is actually used for reading purpose. Okay, so this video magnifier and CCTV is used for near tasks, intended for sedentary tasks, but prototype systems do exist. So this one is this CCTV. The advantage of it is, they have like a range of magnification. Okay, that can be used to read various reading materials with the various sizes of the font. Okay, and also this CCTV or this video magnifier, it provides a better field of view. If let's say like a magnifier, it is only enable patient to see one word at a time. But with this video magnifier or CCTV, they can see multiple words because they actually projected in a bigger screen. so that they, the field of view also expands together. So the reading is not affected by the field of view. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of these electronic devices? Number one, the advantage is rapid change of magnification without altering the focus. Okay, when the magnification is increased with these devices, like with the press of button, with a knob, the image that is actually being projected with the different magnification is in good clarity. Okay, because when they change the image, they have the software in the electronic device, which when they increase the magnification, the image is also the focus is altered accordingly, so that the image that is being projected is like a clear image. Okay, so that is the advantage of this device. Next is can be used longer without fatigue. Like for example, if let's say patient is using magnifiers, right, they only able to read one word per time. Then once they read one word, then they have to adjust the magnifier so that they will be able to see the second word. But with this, they don't have that issue. They can see multiple words, okay, in one line or a few lines. So that actually makes the reading becomes easier for the patient. So when become easier, so the fatigueness factor is actually, eliminated because of the use of these electronic devices. Okay, next is have magnification in wider range. So it is not limited only up to 5 times, 6 times. Okay, like for example, high plus reading glasses, right? The magnifying glasses, okay, the higher the magnification or the higher the power, it will be like very close to the patient's eye. And that is not comfortable for the patient. Okay, so they have like a limit. Okay, it is only up to 3 times it is going to be good for patient to use of magnifying glasses. Okay, more than that, they can go for these electronic devices. So the range is wide, psychologically more acceptable because it looks like a handphone. It looks like tabs. So it is more psychologically acceptable rather than using a magnifying glasses or telescope or, or magnifiers. And next one, the next advantage is binocular viewing is possible. That means with both eyes, they can view it. Like for example, if let's say patient is using stand magnifier, they have to use only one eye. If let's say they're using a telescope, they only can use one eye. If let's say it's a monocular telescope that is being prescribed to patient. So binocular viewing is not so possible with with optical devices. So that is actually overcome by this electronic devices. Next is contrast reversal. Okay, if let's say the reading material is on black font on a white background or white font on a black background, right? So if let's say that is the reading material the patient is reading, so that contrast can be reversed. If let's say it's a black font with white background, can be changed to white font with a black background or blue and red, red and blue. So all these can be actually modified according to the comfort of the patient. Next is also the contrast can be adjusted. If let's say the patient is having glare problem, then they can reduce the brightness to have a better contrast. If let's say they have like a contrast problem, then the contrast can be increased by increasing the brightness or the functions that they have in the devices. So next is text can be underlined on the screen with the with the device having this functions that can be utilized for them to read the in a straight lines, especially for patients who are having ARMD or central scotoma. They tend to miss the lines because of this. Okay, and also at the same time can have like a split screen where they can read at the top, they can write things at the bottom. Okay, so that is also available with this devices. The disadvantage of this video magnifier and CCTV is it require more practice because it is involving computer and all that. So how to press the buttons, how to adjust, how to place the document on the CCTV, or how to actually have that stand for the video magnifier for them to be able to have like a good view of the reading material. So that require practice. It's not like glasses. You prescribe, then you're able to see everything. Next, comparing to magnifiers, because it's in a bigger size, because you need to put battery, you need to put a charger, so it's a bit bulky, and also it is expensive, obviously. If let's say magnifier, if let's say the cost price, you can get it for 100, 150, 1000, 2000, this one will be more expensive. Sometimes the video magnifier, the smallest one also, it costs about 2000 to 5000. If let's say we go for CCTV one, the desktop version, it can go up to 12,000. Okay, so that is the advantages and disadvantages of electronic device. Okay, so that type of CCTV or video magnifier, the right hand side, okay, is the versatile one. Usually we will find this in the institution, in the school, in the blind school. Usually they will have this, because if let's say the kids, the students wants to use to look at the map or to read, then they can have this, versatile one CCTV in the institution. While if let's say for the individual one, they can have the portable version also. So this portable version, they can bring it to the school whenever they need to read, then they can have this. Let's say they're not using it, then they keep it. Okay, so there are two types of CCTV and video magnifier that is available. Okay, there are also, since the technology is advancing and people are into handphones, and also people are into, tabs or digital devices. So we as an optometrist, we also need to upgrade ourselves and see how these digital devices are actually able to help patients. Okay, I have actually recommended these apps to many patients that comes to us. Okay, because currently people, you know, okay, I'm not questioning whether people are still reading and using the magnifiers or not. Okay, um, but it is still a question whether people still read or not. Yes, school going kids, they are reading, but the elderly people, they stop reading already. Everything is in the phone. Okay, they read newspaper through phone. Half of the people who have been reading newspaper are not reading newspaper, because they get all that through WhatsApp forwarded messages, and also they do get it from social medias. Okay, so it's everywhere. The news are everywhere. So people are not into reading newspaper or reading books. They are more into reels, they are more into social medias. So I'm not discussing here whether it's good or bad, but this is where the people are heading to. So we as an optometrist, when we are dealing with patients, okay, who are visually impaired, we have to be in their, we have to know what's their requirement. Okay, don't simply prescribe them just because this magnifier can help them to read. But if let's say the patient doesn't like reading or doesn't do any reading, no point prescribing that. Let's say they are in the phone or using computer or using tabs, for their work or uh, for leisure and all that, then we have to find out what are the apps that is available for them, where they can utilize the phone that they have to quality of life and do certain activities. Okay, that's what we're going to look. There are many apps that is available. Okay, the most famous one is magnifier app, which you can find in Apple products. Okay, doesn't matter whether it's iPhone, iPad, they do have this magnifier app. It's a built-in app, okay, which is actually one of the best app that we have, in the phone. Okay, because it can actually increase the magnification, it can increase the contrast, whatever that a CCTV or video magnifier can do, this iPad and iPhones can do with the help of the magnifier. So rather than the patient spend for separately for a CCTV or for a video magnifier, they can have like a phone, what they are using currently. Okay, just utilize the built-in app for them to do, readings and all that, if let's say they really want to do it. Okay, so it is a digital magnifier. Okay, this magnifier app is a digital magnifier, okay, which actually benefited many patients that I have seen. Okay, next is seeing AI. Okay, it can narrate the world around us once you download the app. Okay, simply point the phone or tablet camera at something, and this app will tell you what is it out loud. Okay, it can help read currency, names, colors when go shopping, grocery shopping. You just need to point, open the app, and then open the camera, or the scanning area, just point it to the price tag, for example, and then it will read out to you, okay, this is 2 ringgit 99 cent. Okay, so that is seeing AI. Okay. Similarly, we have Lookout. It provides a spoken feedback about things around you. Similarly, okay, Lookout uses the camera and sensors, okay, on the phone, okay, to know what is actually, awaiting or being displayed in front of them. Okay, next app is Be My Eyes. Okay, this app connects visually impaired people with sighted volunteers through a live video call. Okay, so you just need to, this visually impaired person just need to download the app, and it is like a social media. Okay, if let's say you are watching, you are playing with your Instagram, right? So another person also will be in that Instagram. Okay, when this visually impaired person need a help, so that app, you can just click anybody randomly. It can be strangers also. Just click the video call and then you just show them what is actually in front of them. So these volunteers who are in that app also, okay, will help them with this short, simple tasks like reading a street sign or troubleshooting anything. So that all can be done, okay? So it is like a social media platform kind of app, okay? Next is Soundscape. Okay, it is designed for use with headphones. So this app provides 3D audio cues with surroundings in real time. So while you're walking on a street, so it will let you know if, let's say, there is a tree, there is a dustbin in front of you, if, let's say, someone is walking in front of you, okay, in real time. So, but then you have to use it with headphones because otherwise it will be annoying for others. Okay, so it can be used in conjunction with GPS, which is a navigation system. So while you're walking around in a street, so you can use this so that it can actually help you to navigate through. Okay. So another app is the Nearby Explorer navigation. So this app combines GPS navigation, turn-by-turn directions in pedestrian and vehicle modes, okay, points of interest and transit data. It's similar to the Soundscape. Okay, so while you are navigating through a place, then it will actually give you a live, real-time, audio cues for us to know what is actually awaiting for us. So these are the electronic devices. So in conclusion, okay, there are many devices that is available, electronic devices that is available for distance and near. But if you see, the discussion in this video is all about the near one, because the distance one, like, iris vision, there are many things like, VR kind of thing that is available in the market, but it is not widely used by the patients. Okay, especially in Malaysia, I've never seen anyone is using that. Why is it so? Because one is, it is not as how it is posted in their advertisements. Okay, you can walk with this, you can actually, drive with this. There's a lot of claims that the suppliers comes with. But in practical, okay, it is only helping patient with certain visual acuity loss. Like, for example, if let's say the vision is 618, 624, like a mild visual impairments, right? They actually benefit from using these devices. But that one also, it's very restricted to certain distance, or, certain areas or certain surroundings only. Okay, it is not as how it is projected in their advertisement. Okay, so that actually, made a lot of people be skeptical to actually choose that. So if, let's say, a patient comes to you in future and asks me, can I actually buy this iris vision? What's your opinion on this and how do I get that? Okay, so first of all, you go through the pamphlet, you read through, go through the videos and all that. With the knowledge that you learn in low vision, you know that certain things, cannot be performed by patients. Okay, like they cannot walk with any devices, they cannot move with the devices, and look at the limitation of the VA that is actually mentioned, which is not, patient might not understand with the details. Okay, so go through it and see, um, whether this is going to help the patients or not. Okay, so usually what I will ask them to do is, if let's say they want to get this, have a conversation like a video call, or, a Zoom meeting with the supplier, okay, of this devices, like for the distant devices, for example, have a conversation with them, and then you write down the questions to the supplier, which you ask the patient to ask. If let's say that question is actually, answered in a convincing manner by the supplier, they can actually attempt for it, because it is super expensive. Okay. If let's say the supplier is hesitating, it's not convincing in giving answer, then the patient can decide whether they want to get it or not. Because we don't have supplier in Malaysia who's supplying this, very limited. Okay, because there is no demand also. And also the devices that being produced so far is also not so convincing as video magnifier and CCTV. So that could be one advice that you can give patients. Okay, the next thing is most of the devices are near video magnifiers. Okay, if you ask me whether the patient should go for a video magnifier, it's super expensive. Okay, if you want to go for larger screen, the cost price itself, it's like 5,000, 7,000. So selling price will be even more higher. Okay, but if let's say they get an app, okay, because it will do the same. If let's say they can get an iPhone or iPad, which they can get in a cheaper price, but which can do a multiple work for you. Okay, it can actually work like a phone. You can watch YouTube in it. Okay, and then you can, if let's say you need to do some readings, you just need to have a stand, okay, to put your iPad or your phone, okay, on top of it, and then you can enlarge and read using the magnifier app. Okay, so for me, if let's say I have never prescribed any video magnifier, in this 10 years of practicing low vision, no. Okay, because I'm not convinced with this. Okay, I'm convinced with the iPhone and iPad, or even Samsung tabs and all that. They have their own magnifier app with the different name, which you can Google. Okay, so all these are helping them. Why want to actually ask patient to pay something extra? Okay, for one purpose only. So this one's multi-purpose. If let's say they get a iPhone, iPad, or any other smartphones, which comes with this kind of app. Okay, so that will be my recommendation, or based on my experience, this is what I've been doing. So they are distance devices, but still not convincing yet. This near devices, it is widely used, but now with the advancement of technology, why don't I would actually advise them to go for this iPhones or iPad or any smartphones. Okay, or smart, if let's say they need a bigger screen, then you can go for smart these tabs and all that, which provide them the similar functions that is actually provided by the video magnifiers. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.